And let's open door number 3, learning to use the open web and the library in conjunction. Now, we recognize that many people still like to Google things, even though the library has the search engine available to you with all of our subscriptions. And I just want to validate you in that process. I also Google things all day long, so I don't want anybody to feel shame about that. I don't want anybody to feel like that's not an appropriate thing that you can do in your research process when you're information gathering in your life. So, in order to validate you in that, we have adopted a tool called Lean Library. And I want you to think of it like having the library in your back pocket while you're out on the open web. What it does is it's a browser extension, and I'll show you where to get it and how to get it. And if it sees on a web page that you're looking at a resource that the library has, you'll see a pop-up with a button where it will redirect you to that information in our collection. This is especially useful if you are looking for peer-reviewed resources online, which are more than likely held behind paywalls. I don't want any of you, while you are students here, to pay for information like that. The library is here to help you get access to things. So instead of paying $45 for Dr. Smith's article, I want you to have Lean Library installed on your browser to see if the library has access to it. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat for you guys for a place where you can download it, and I'm also going to demonstrate it for you so you see how it works. In fact, I'm going to pop the link for your research guide, spoiler alert, in the chat. So this research guide is something that we put together because we looked at your curriculum and the tasks that you have to do, and we thought these might be topics that you could use a little extra help on. I'll talk more about that later. If you go to the bottom of this page, there is a place where you can download Lean Library. No matter what browser you use, it will be available in your browser store. This button will take you to that and enable you to download it. When you add it to your browser, it will ask you which school you attend. So type in Maryville University. And when you select us from the list, you are good to go. At that point, you can go out to Google or maybe Google Scholar, which is Google's sub-search engine that only looks at peer-reviewed literature. And you can run a search very similar to the one you would run in the library. So I'm even going to use the quotation marks. And the and, because Google recognizes all of that punctuation too. What we see here is Google's index of peer-reviewed literature. There are also filters over here on the left-hand side. So if you want to do a time range to keep things relevant, you can select that there. On the right-hand side, you may see something in this right column. If you see something that says PDF and has a link, or HTML and has a link, there's a good chance you can read that article for free online. And that's a good thing. Open access is becoming more relevant. It's becoming more used, which we love. Information should be free. If you don't see anything in this right column, that's where Lean Library comes in handy. So I don't know what's going to happen when I click this link. This is the first time for both of us. But what Lean Library's job is to look at this page and ask itself, does our library have that thing? And if so, I'll get a pop-up right over here. It's still loading, so Lean hasn't popped up yet. Ah, I got the pop-up that says we do have access to this article. So instead of paying money, which eventually, if I clicked read this article, it would ask me to pay money, I can click this button that says get access, and it will take me to the library's version of the article. It does two other things So if it doesn't see access in our collection, then it will look for open access, aka can you read it for free online? And if it can't find that either, then it will create an interlibrary loan form for you. So it'll say, get this article in your inbox. You click the button and it will open the form and fill it out for you, just like the Discovery search engine did. So I cannot recommend this tool enough. It has completely revolutionized the way that I work. It has revolutionized the way that a lot of our doctoral students have been doing their research, and it gives you more options for places you can search for good quality literature. One other hidden thing that it does that I don't get to show off very often, if you highlight text on any page, anywhere, and then right click, it adds this search at MU option. And if I click on that, it will throw whatever I highlighted into the library search. So if there's a term you're not familiar with, or a phrase you really like, or um, a topic that you've never thought of, if you just highlight it, right click, search at MU, it will take that into the search engine for you, which is a massive deal for me in my work every day too. So yeah, you are not limited to this search engine, although it will show you our subscriptions. If you use Lean Library, you'll have the power of the library in your pocket no matter where you go. And like I said, not just us, but all the libraries we collaborate with all over the world.